Hello and welcome, fans of CK3. We return once more to the Duchy of Cornwall, where Dunmarith II, the Duke of Cornwall, continues on his quest to seat the future generations of his family on the throne of the Kingdom of Cornwall, or as we call it, the Kingdom of the Channel, because it will also be including South Wales. Last time we changed our... No, we didn't change our that. We stayed that. In fact, we convinced Howell up here to return to the true faith. No, we changed our culture to Lioness. Lioness is now a culture of seafarers and storytellers, city keepers, and well-trained warriors. And soon it is going to adopt the tradition of the Welsh and become a culture of the bowmen. In order to do that, though, we need to get a whole bunch of prestige. There is no cooldown to reform a brand new culture, and the sooner we reform it, the sooner we can get our fresh, brand new tradition, probably something related to the sea, after we finally get the early Middle Ages. We can't get that until after 900, and probably not for 20 years after that anyway, so that's not going to be happening anytime soon, and probably not in the life of Dunmarrow. Most likely it'll be in Reckitt's life. There are a few things we need to do war-wise this episode, or at least very soon, that we have to progress towards. The first of those is the conquest of Wiltshire, which should come up any time now. We should be literally months now. Yeah, 2 months from breaking this truce, and by breaking it, I mean it ending. And we also need to get Berneog to add it to the duchy here, so we can complete this. And we want to do it soon because old Lord Howell here is also getting up in age like us, and we want to grant it to him so he can give it to one of his sons while he's still alive, because he has 3 sons, and I would like for all of them to get something. The oldest one, of course, if it happens while he's still alive, will eventually get the Duchy of Deheubarth. But that's still in the future. There's a third war that I didn't even mention last time. Or actually, this is the war I didn't mention last time when I said 2 wars. That is the war for Leon. But there's a couple things that have to change for that. One, this guy's young, so he's going to be here for a while unless he gets in some kind of accident. And he has a young alliance. But we can beat the alliance, I'm pretty sure, if we call in Brittany. The problem is right now, at least, well, the old man is still alive. Good old Halfdan is willing to join his holy war, so that's not going to be a thing. We're not going to do that until Halfdan dies, but Halfdan isn't going to be around for too much longer. We will probably outlive him if we win the ultimate race, the race for longer life, where we try to stay fine long enough to finish 4 more. Oh, 4 is more than I thought it was. That's a little harder than I thought it would be. Okay, we thought we were closer, but we could do some things to boost this, like go on pilgrimages and stuff when we have the money. Looking up here right now, everything's good. We've been building Devon and Cornwall towards being able to support archers. We're going to end up putting, logically, because it has a mine, we will put the siege engines in Gloucestershire, which means Wiltshire will be for heavy infantry, and Oxfordshire will be fully economic, I think. In long-term plans, once we have Oxfordshire and this region is stably ours, we're going to begin working towards building Oxford University, because I think that's a good goal. So far, we've been a very intellectual, stewardship minded dynasty, and I think that's going to continue at least. Well, we don't know. We don't know what his kids are going to be like. We should also bring up Sidwell here. I didn't make a big deal about it, but Sidwell got a matrilineal marriage to this young count, well, future count. We'll look at his father's lands over here. Up here, he's Dutch. He owns this county here. This Dutch guy here is who we have the alliance with. He owns this whole... Yeah, he owns these 3 counties, but not the duchy title, I don't think, because I don't think that is a duchy title. Oh, he could probably form that duchy. In fact, he I think has all of the territory inside of this duchy. Not really sure why he hasn't invested the money in founding that duchy title, but he hasn't yet. Because he hasn't, he may before he dies if he gets the money, but if he dies before then, these guys are all going to become independent counts. And this kid here is going to be an independent count whose children are part of Cernu, our dynasty, which could be neat, you know, having a branch over here in northern France, which I believe right now, oh, it's actually independent of everybody. It's independent. No, it's part of, I thought so. It's part of Lotharingia. So this Dutch part of Lotharingia here could have future Lioness Cernus in it, which is really hopefully cool. Anything else? No, we convinced Lord Howell to return to the Catholic fold. Let's just unpause and get started. No more reason to put it off. So we are now allies with the younger of the two sons of the former Duke of Rouen. This is related to my wife somehow, I can see. The family craft. I'm just finishing up the day's business in my council chambers when my wife, Duchess Brege, saunters in with her mother, Wansek, eagerly at her heels. I put down the ledger I was just reading, knowing no good can come from this unexpected visit. Brege hesitantly remarks upon my appearance. My husband, you are a mighty and powerful duke, but some do not yet give you the respect you deserve. You need something to demonstrate your authority. My mother could smith a fine set of regalia that would reflect your status. Sponsor her and see how her creation will improve your mood. So she's inspired. She's merely decent. If she was better, I would say yes, but sorry, wife, you're not going to be happy with this one. That's just how it has to be, though. We have so much to invest our money in. Like a brand new set of bowmen to increase our military strength. And to help us make use of all the buildings we've been building. Maybe, who is this sway on? This sway, we don't need that sway anymore, so I think maybe we sway our wife for a bit. Make her feel a little bit better after that, spurning. You know, make her know that she's still valued, even if our relationship is more formal than actually matrimonial or loving. All right. They want me to petition my liege. I mean, they don't want me to. They're just saying I can. This is actually good. It temporarily makes you into a marsh. But I don't think I want it enough to do it. Plus, I don't want to start asking for stuff from him until after we become friends, which is a good reminder. I should see if my hunt cooldown is up. It isn't. Or I don't have enough money. No, it's 11 months still. So I guess the war is happening first. I already grabbed this from the church last episode, so we've got that. He's got 2 allies. One of them, though, is Lord Howell, who will not be able to participate, which really sucks for him because it really drives his troop number down. I'm going to declare this war. I don't know why we're running on 4. Must have been from a game I was playing last night. Let's see. First, we're going to call in our dynasty member. And then we're going to bring in the Count. And then I guess we'll bring in the older of the 2 Rouen boys. But the younger one we shouldn't need. And I think that's enough. It's going to kill almost all of our prestige, but we'll get it back. I should have moved this. Oh well. Should have moved it so I don't have to go around the channel. It's fine. We'll just work around it. I think we're going to try to siege the war goal right away. We'll catch his army if it makes sense to. There is Brittany. There's his ally. I don't want to spend too much time chasing his armies, because chasing his armies will just lead to a long war, which is not what we want. He thought he was going to defend it, but now he realizes that's probably not a good idea. My allies are mustering in Rouen and in Brittany and up there in Dutch Lotharingia. Let's I should actually just learn what his county title is, so I don't have to call him that. Brabant. In Brabant. Actually, I don't like that. Let's do this. I bet I can still... No, I can't. So we'll just stay on this. He's probably going to gather his guys together and maybe try to break my siege. So instead of chasing him, we'll just see what he decides to do. My allies shouldn't be too far off. It looks like he's going to attempt to siege, probably, in Gloucestershire, which makes sense, I guess, from his perspective. Maybe my allies will attack him up there. Maybe they'll realize that I don't need help in the siege and just go right for the siege breaking in the north. It would be smart of them. The AI is getting better at that stuff, something I very much appreciate. If they chase after him, that's fine by me, because we can work on this siege while they do it. And they've caught him here. The battle is definitely going on my allies' side. All right, so their commander was wounded, but otherwise they won. Good job. The sermon. Today, Cillian held a fiery sermon for all the children of the county. They were apparently spellbound as he zealously read from the scriptures. My daughter Sidwell keeps telling me about how much she enjoyed the passage about Satan, and how he's someone whose ideals she will aspire to emulate. Girl, you are one who needs a lot of educational pushing. You really would be better at intrigue. Sadly, your education doesn't support it, and we picked the thing you're the least good at. Zealous. Ambitious. Ambitious is good at everything. Ambitious will help her stewardship in every other one of her stats. Well, you know, girl, Satan is not just evil. He also had great ambition. And no, that's a bad lesson. Be ambitious. Definitely look to your goals. If the thing you took from those scriptures is that you should chase your dreams, just not into hell. Don't chase your dreams into hell, please. And the allies are doing a great job of continuing to push. We got Ledger, Stone of Glass. Let me see. I don't want to spend money on this. I don't mind giving a hook to my bishop because there's so little he can do with it. So we'll just do that. Somebody, the king up in very far off Alba wants us to join a tournament for archery, and that's just archery in the ceremony, but I don't think we're going to leave our lands when we're in the middle of a war. I just don't think that's right, so we'll be skipping this one. I bet Alfred goes, though. Let's check. Is Alfred going to go? No, Alfred may not have been invited. Oh. Hope he doesn't feel snubbed. We now have the third building because we got Ledger. We want to build the forest forts as soon as we can. So this guy here, Robin, is trying to get Bjarnwulf murdered. We're gonna reveal him but not put him in jail. We're going to try to dissuade him from making a terrible mistake instead of preemptively punishing him for the mistake he was planning to make in the future. My allies out here doing work. Good job, guys. Thank you very much. I love it when they just get out there and do work. Stress gain down. That's really going to be useful. Staying alive is going to require keeping our stress low. And okay, my ally caught the Duke, which just brings a fast end to this war. Disband all. So we need to immediately get our control up in the area. We're still working on Cornwall, but this place is already our religion. Is it? It is. No, not fabricate a claim. We already have that. Right, we're still working on helping him with Morganaug. So Wiltshire will have to wait. But that's good. We now control Stonehenge. Just like for a meta purpose, the reason we want to control Stonehenge is it makes it more likely that we hit our goal of a long life here. We're still feeling fine, but Stonehenge gives some nice benefits. One of which is learning experience of 15%, which means we have huge learning experience now. +2 learning doesn't hurt either, and faith conversion costs. Well, we won't be converting our faith, but still, it's a nice building. It's a nice little special building. Not super strong, but not bad either. And yes, so we are now on another 5-year cooldown with Duke Inwar of Weiss. I am going to... how to use this money? We're gonna use this money every way because the Pope has decided to generously reward us for our good Catholic ways. That makes me think we got to do that pilgrimage soon. We should be able to do it pretty soon. I think we can do it right away because it's a new site, but we're going to do a hunt first because we haven't... It's not ready. We're going to do the hunt first. So we're going to do buildings. We'll use the wealth wisely. Here in Devon, we want our second building to be forest forts for the archers. And down here in Cornwall, we want our second building to also be forest forts for its archers, forest forts, and towers. Those will be, as I said, our 2 archer areas. And then we want to just build this up. And the rest we will keep in our pocket so that 2 months from now we should be able to afford an inexpensive hunt. And hopefully produce another kingly visit in order to try to become friends with Alfred. So this guy is 68 years old. I noticed something after I finished recording last week that is amazing. So, our brother-in-law who murdered our wife is dead, and he died under mysterious circumstances. Somebody murdered him. Most likely someone murdered him because of the higher likelihood of being targeted by schemes because we excommunicated him. I mean, that may not be true, but it's very possible. This particularly also the fact that he is a kinslayer and a murderer probably got someone to turn against him. We're not going to investigate that though, because if I'm right, and it's someone in his family who killed him over the fact he murdered his sister, and that it wasn't a personal grudge. He had, well, he's dead. He can't have rivals and lovers. If one of them killed him because of his bad behavior, I don't want to figure out who that is. I'd rather leave that a mystery. I'm putting it in God's hands. For all I know, God himself killed him as an answer to my prayers. I mean, that is a viable possibility, I think. I think once we've consolidated twice, I think we're gonna do a grand tour of all of our vassals. We have one more area we're gonna need to hold in Oxfordshire. Once we do that, we're gonna pass Sir Gerfyrden over to our son and David. But until then, we'll hold it personally. And it still hasn't notified me that the hunt is ready, which means it isn't. And we're back at the place we were before. We're chasing a 5-year, I guess Sidwell, go have a good time. We're chasing a 5-year, Windfield's colder and the days darker, shorter, quieter. The throne looks the same. As the day when I first sat on it, the throne will always look the same, but I won't. It is time for me to prepare for the inevitable, and I shall commission an epitaph before I leave, so I can leave in peace. So the two language choices they're giving me here are Latin and Castellan? Oh, that seems a little bit strange. I really wish we had Brythonic as one of the choices, because I would love to write this in Brythonic as a sort of tribute to our people and their history, but they're not going to really let me do that. So I guess if I have to choose between these, I will do both. I mean, I don't really need the stress down. I don't need the stress down. My stress is low. I manage stress pretty good. We're gonna do this one. The thing is, everybody likes me already. Let's just do it in Latin. I think Latin is traditional. We'll use the Latin language. There. Nope, that's petition liege. Because of... What? He is dead. And there's just so much information on this screen to take in. So much is happening all at once. Slain by a wild beast. That is probably a hunting accident. And when did he get a son? I'm sure that when I checked at the beginning of this episode, he did not have a son. He is dead. And there's just so much information on this screen to take in. So much is happening all at once. Somehow, Rickett, my son, has died to a wild beast, probably hunting. I had a hobby that I taught to him, but had a son, like, at the last second, I guess? This is bad. He does have a son. His son is sickly. Are we gonna be... Hold up. His son is sickly, but that doesn't mean his son is gonna die. As things exist right now, what we need to do is we need to make sure that his son gets an excellent... Actually, we'll wait till this we know. Oh, everything is just so bad. I can't believe he died. In a hunting accident of all things. It has to be. Either that or it was a wild beast event. This child is literally 0. He basically had this child, finally, that we've been looking forward to. I didn't even see the notification of somebody being born into my dynasty, and then he died. And the kid is sickly of all things. Okay, we need to calm down and figure out how to solve the situation that we're in. And the beginning of that is dealing with this event that Cillian is so intent on making us participate in, I think. I hope he has a good doctor. All of our plans have been, like, utterly foiled. And so dramatically. Sidwell isn't even old enough to marry yet. She's still being tutored by me. This is not a bad marriage for the family, right? Like, if she does end up inheriting, her marrying this guy is still a good plan. He is a nobody, but he does have land, and he did give her a matrilineal marriage, so yeah, I don't think we're going to do anything about that. I think that there may be no Dutch line if the kid doesn't get better. There may just be the line. Hopefully she's going to be the generation that has the kids to fill us out, because his plans are pretty... Well, they're shattered. They're shattered. His plans are shattered. Visions of the Divine. So this is the one where we're like taking drugs to try to get visions, right? I can win this. I think he would... I think since he already decided to do this, I think he would try to reassure the bishop that this is fine, and he'd have good arguments for it because he decided to do this anyway, right? So there's that. Oh. There are so many weird possibilities that are going to happen. We need to see how long we're going to live. We need this kid. We need to find out if this kid is going to not Die. Wounded my injured daughter. What the heck? It's up to her. Everyone out here dying. She's fine, thankfully, because she's young, but jeez, everyone out here dying. Wait. Did that happen twice in a row somehow? Brutally mauled? What brutally mauled her? Ah! Everyone's dying! I don't understand. She's getting the same event over and over again. I'm flabbergasted. Like, I am... Oh. Oh no. Is he failing multiple medicine checks on her? And she's coming back to me with new wounds each time because I'm getting the backside of an event where he's giving her multiple wounds by failing the checks over and over? Oh no, oh no. I should have picked this myself. I should not have trusted a child to decide what kind of medicine she was gonna get. I think she's dead. Both my children have died, and I think that's the end of this episode. Thank you for watching.